Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I'll have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. Maybe beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so right, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled to
who are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family, how's everybody doing? Come on in. I'm a little late, but I'm not that much late, you guys. So I'm getting better. Things is getting better. This is my first day off in a while. Golly. But anyway, yeah, I got a little cold stuffiness going on, but this is my first day off in a long time. I want to give you guys, we're going to talk about the Naziah Harris case a little bit, what's going on and what's happening. You guys, I asked you to do your research and your homework. If you did it, then it would be a good conversation. If you didn't do it, it's not. Let me shout out everybody that's in the chat room right now as they come in. I know they gonna come in. We got Lisa Taylor. We got Woke to God. She done came up in here. Nancy LaRose. Yeah. Ruby Turner. Okay. I see you. I see you in the building. Patricia Williams. All right. Hey, Patricia, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a long time. Okay. All right. Nancy Ruby Sanjawa. She says she just finished walking. That girl's taking that walking serious. I better jump on it. Proud mama of 6 is in the building. How are you doing? Proud mama of 6. Okay. You guys, so, sometimes you just need time to think about people that surround you. Make sure you guys are doing that. If you ain't doing it, really concentrate. Because Sometimes you can see things that's around you that's finna set it off. You know what I'm saying? And I'm serious. I sometimes when I sleep as much as I sleep, because lately I've been trying to catch up on sleep. I just found out I just worked 128 hours in 2 weeks. 128 hours. That's a full job and and some. That's 48 hours of overtime. Golly. I wasn't trying to do all that. But I want to see what it's going to be like anyway. I guess on the next check it's going to be the same or whatever. I'm not trying to do that. Because they done got on my nerves. Like you trying to get your money and here they is, doing little bitty, you need to call me if you want, if you want a Tic Tac, and you need to call me to tell me what color is the Tic Tac, and then you need to text me and tell me how was the Tic Tac, and oh, you chose the wrong Tic Tac, and you know what? I'm just so freaking over it. And then they want you to argue with them, and I'm not an argumentative person. So, when they start being petty like that, or I don't know, on the rag, that's what I say, because it's always women, when they be petty like that, I done got mad. I done said my piece. I said, oh, okay, you're right, even though they ain't right. Okay? Even when they ain't right, I say, oh, you're right. And then they go, because they want to argue. They want you to be like them, like get in conversation with them. Like, I want to know, what you think. They want to know, you want to tell them, I don't know how you became a boss, but, I don't know who you screwed, who you suck off. I don't know. But I do know one thing. The funny thing about it is, you want me to prove to you I can manage people, but you didn't give me the managing position. No, I came with the title already. But if you don't let loose the control, then I'm not finna manage nothing. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take my black tail home, and you guys can figure it out. Exactly. Suck off. Okay? I'm over it. I done lost a little bit of sleep, and that's all I'm gonna lose. I shouldn't even be losing that. But for now on, and then you wake up and they done said, they everything you do, every night that you do something, they come running in, they gotta have a meeting about it. Oh, well, she ordered a over-the-counter medication, and so we need to say something about it. Girl, you know what? I don't know that medication, and the person didn't have it. I'm not going to look at every bottle of medication to see. I'm just not going to do that. So I ordered it, and now you want to pick it apart. You know what? I've already talked to the person, and they was like, oh, we got that. That's over the counter. Oh, well, you know what? I don't really have sick people in my family that take over the counter remedy medication. I mean, we'll take some Tylenol, some Benadryl or something. You know what? You know what I'm saying? We'll take some ibuprofen. Heck, to be honest with you, that's all I can think that over the counter that we'll take. So anything else, methazine and all of this other stuff, all this other stuff for bloating and nausea and all this other stuff, I don't take all that stuff. Because if you're nauseous, go lay down. Watch what you eat. Go eat you some beets or something. Go get you some Pepto-Bismol. But all that taking pills, every day, no. That's what I tell you about this healthcare, you guys. You know what I'm saying? You taking over-the-counter medication every day? Are you serious? Nobody in my family takes over-the-counter medication every day. Every day? Every day? Crazy. Crazy. But anyway, then here's the thing. Let's keep it real. It's about the numbers, okay? So you don't want me to order it. You don't want me to call the pharmacist because the doctor ordered it and then I ordered it from the pharmacist. Because you done bought somewhere from, I don't know, Canada or something, that you got it for $1.99, and you're, for every pill, you're probably charging $20-$40. I don't know. I'm just saying, it's got to be something behind that, the reason why. You know what I mean? It's just... Okay, Zena said, right there, they have it like that because it's cheaper. What's cheaper? Them giving it to them? No, I guarantee you. No. I just told you what it is. Now, if we're speaking on the same language, you understand what I just said. Hey, Tina Powers, how you doing? Hey, Lisa Calhoun, what's going on? It's not health care, it's sick care. Because if they cure, they don't make money. Exactly. Anyway, nobody's never told me, hey, they just gave me the patient has always been a patient, but they're taking some of the responsibility that they had on first and putting it on second. And I guess I'm supposed to know. Well, Smooth Carter, how you doing? Thank you for coming on in. Thank you. Well, I didn't know. Like I said, I don't know these names of these over-the-counter medication. And they look at you and smile and go, that's over-the-counter. Okay, well, I didn't know it. And then they look at you like, well, hell, what are you supposed to know? Why you didn't know that? Because I never took care of big grown people, you guys. I took care of the babies. I know the baby medication. And we don't play about that baby medication, and they don't take over-the-counter stuff. But anyway, you got some people in this world, they'll go over that counter and they're taking all of that stuff and they smiling and grinning. And they just tearing up their body, to be honest with you. They don't know all that stuff that's in there. That's why it's over the counter, But, okay. I mean, not all of it's bad, but not all of it's good either. But you can't tell people that. They be like, I need this, I need that. But anyway, let's get into the topic for today. We're talking about this young lady named Naziah Harris. And I told you guys to do the homework. So, let me give you the rundown on what happened in court with the Corey Bigsby. Corey Bigsby was found guilty of killing his son, right? He got sentenced for, I think it was like 45 years. And so now he's going back to court. He went to court yesterday, you guys. Corey Bigsby, the Hampton man currently serving a decade-long sentence for killing his son Cody, will face another trial in July. So Bigsby had a pre-trial hearing Tuesday, which was yesterday, right? For child abuse and neglect charges for his son, for his four sons. So Bigsby had a pre-trial hearing Tuesday. I have to read it sometimes twice because when I hear something, I'm like, I need to get it. So he had a pre-trial Tuesday for the child abuse and neglect charges for his sons, his four sons. The charges are unrelated to Cody's disappearance, okay? During Tuesday hearing, Bigsby was set for July the 14th. Motions will be heard in preparation for the trial on June the 5th. So somebody should be writing that down. So on July the 14th, they're saying the hearing of Bigsby trial will be set for July the 14th. Motion to be heard to preparation for the trial will be on June the 5th. Miss Tina Power should be writing that down. Anyway, 4 days were set aside for the trial. 4 days, huh? So it's going to take them 4 days to find out if there was neglect of abuse for the 4 kids, right? 4 days. The trial was initially supposed to start Tuesday. So the trial was supposed to start yesterday. Okay? After court. But Curtis Brown, one of Bigsby's defense attorney, expressed disappointment with the trial taking place later in the year. The last time we were here in October, the Commonwealth said that the family needs closure. Let's hurry up and get a quick date because the family needs closure. Then all of a sudden, the prosecution asked for a continuance. So we're very disappointed by that, said Brown. News 3 also spoke with people supporting the Bigsby's children. Elisa said she was one of the many people who helped search for Cody. Okay, Elisa. When he was reported missing, she hopes the upcoming trial results in justice for the Bigsby's children. Knowing them, being involved in their lives, it's important that they get justice as well so that they can continue to thrive and do well in life. Hampton Commonwealth attorney Anton Bell declined to do an interview. News 3 did ask him why did Bigsby is being tried on the charges if he's already serving what likely amounts to the rest of his life behind bars. Because you got to remember, I think Bigsby is somewhere around about 30-something. He could be like, I don't know, 37, 38, 39, 40, somewhere around there. And he got 45 years to do. So, you take 40 and I mean, you just do the math, Bell said in Virginia, inmates are eligible for geriatric parole. Listen what he said. Bell said in Virginia, inmates are eligible for geriatric parole once they turn 60, having the additional charges against him if he is convicted would be something else that would have to be considered when deciding if he gets parole or not. Okay, so they're trying to make sure because he's already like 40, and then if he got 20 years instead of the 45, he'd be like, oh, you know what? I'm already 60. Ain't nothing I can do but go collect my Social Security. And I don't know if he's still going to get his military benefits. But Bell is saying he can get out of jail when he turns 60. They got a geriatric parole, which nobody said nothing about in any chat room or anything. Nobody's told me about this geriatric parole that they have. I've never heard of it before. But guess what? Now we know they got it in Virginia. Alright. Bigsby is currently serving a 45-year sentence. Last March, a jury found him guilty of second-degree murder and concealment of a body in connection and never told where Cody is at. Cody was reported missing by Bigsby himself on January 31st. To this day, Cody's body hasn't been found, but law enforcement believe he's deceased. It was a rare case for prosecutors who charged a murder crime without Cody's body. Cody's disappearance, widespread attention in the Hampton community and beyond. Shortly after he was reported missing, citizens organized search parties and worked to spread awareness about his disappearance. As time passed, community members continued to organize vigils for the toddler. Following last year's trial, Bell said Bigsby is facing around 150 years for the child abuse and neglect charges. Okay? Now he don't get military benefits due to his imprisonment. I don't know if it's due to his imprisonment, if it's due to his guilty his findings. You know, they found him guilty. I guess we're saying the same thing. You know, tomato, tomato, Zena. Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think we got to get out of that. We got to argue about every little, is your T crossed and did you dot your I and da 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 da. Hey, let's, shit. Girl. It's somewhere in the range of 150 years that he is facing, they say. And yes, I will be asking for the maximum on that, said Bell, later adding to the prosecutor, are not going to spare 1 ounce of mercy for him. Bell said he ain't, you ain't going to have to worry about it. I'm not going to give him no mercy. All right. All right, that's what was going on that part of the deal. I wanted you guys to know the update on that. Let me see. Is there anything else on that before we go on? I think that's it. Yeah. Okay, so now I done messed up my little what I was looking for, but that's okay. It'll pop back up. I kept it somewhere, and okay. So we're gonna get into this inside the So, you know, they've got missing Naziah Harris, and then they got a timeline. A Michigan judge has ruled that a Detroit man charged in the death of missing 13-year-old Naziah Harris will stand trial. Okay? This was January the 16th, and it says a man will soon head to trial in the murder case of 13-year-old Naziah Harris, a Detroit girl who went missing in January. Okay, so in February, missing Naziah Harris relatives say they suspected. Oh wow, I can't read that. That is too small. They doing too much. Let me see if we can hear what they got to say. Alright, we can't do.
No one has seen or heard from Naziah Harris in more than 6 weeks since she got off at her bus stop on Detroit's east side. The longer this search goes, the more suspicious it all seems.
If she could hear me now, I would want to say to her, I love you. We love you. There's a lot of people concerned about you.
Each day, this family gets more concerned they'll never see 13-year-old Naziah Harris again.
All that we can do at this time is hope that she is alive and she did run away. However, she's made no contact with anyone for us to be able to even believe that that is true.
2 family members spoke with Fox 2 under anonymity. We'll call them Vanessa and Trish. They're estranged from Naziah's immediate family and guardian, who she lives with on Detroit's east side. The fracturing of this family started when Vanessa and Trish suspected abuse at Naziah's home. They reported the concerns to Children's Protective Services.
If I had to guess, 7 to 10 times.
Okay. Over the course of how long?
Over the course of the last 8 months to a year.
But Naziah and her 16-year-old brother remained in the home under adoptive care of their grandma, who spoke out at a press conference this week. Before she went missing on January 9th, Trish tells me she knew Naziah would be the next missing child out of Detroit.
Do you think that
What?
there was foul play in her disappearance?
I think there's something going on. I mean, it's so many different scenarios because there's so much dysfunction from multiple members in the family.
For the first time this week, we heard Detroit's Police Chief James White say the word suspects in this case. He said suspects are being talked to and there is more to come. Multiple searches have turned up no Naziah and no evidence.
This child has not reached out to anybody. She has not logged on to any social media app. She has not reached out to friends, family, no one. She just basically just disappeared.
If you have any information that could help investigators, call Detroit Police right away. Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
Okay, so let's see what you guys done came up with. Chitter chatter a little bit. Okay. I believe the trial starts in March. Okay. So he hasn't been found guilty. He has just been found eligible to stand trial for murder. Exactly. There has not been a trial yet. He's just there. I guess they probably put in motions for him to, no, he was not going to, be able to stand trial, but the judge said, yeah, you will. You will do this one. You will. So, that is one of the things. Let's see here. 3 weeks, 1 month ago. We're gonna see. They don't have a lot of stuff. But let's listen to, the timelines is very extensive. Okay. Let's see what court would say. Right, that's it. Right now.
Picture behind me is of Zanaya, and that will always be haunting because it was taken just a short time before the evidence shows that she was never seen or heard from again. It was taken by Naziah herself, a selfie. That's the last known picture that we know about of her. It was pointed out to me by one of the detectives on this case and by...
Okay. I don't want to hear that. The sister of the suspect, Naziah, she testified.
Yes. And how is it that you know him?
He's my brother.
Okay. And how old is Jarvis Butts?
42.
And do you know his birthday?
Yes.
When's his birthday?
November 21st, 1982.
1982.
And do you see Jarvis Butts?
1982. So he's 20-something years old.
I saw him walking in.
Okay. And can you point to him and tell me the color of the clothing that he's wearing?
He has on, I believe it's dark green shirt. He's sitting behind.
Okay, let's see.
Lady to the side.
And you remember what the record looked like when it says identified the defendant in this case?
So, and just to be clear, you said I saw him walking in. You saw him when you were walking in or when he was walking in?
When I was walking.
He's a 43-year-old man.
And Ms. Butts, where did you know Jarvis to work?
His name is Jarvis.
He worked at shop on Warren and F.
Yeah, he'll be 43 this year. You're right, Smooth Carter. He's 42 right now. He'll be 43 this year.
Shop on Hopper and Connors.
It all depends on where his birthday
And Ms. Butts, do you remember
is at.
talking to Detroit
He's born in
Police
1982.
on February 26th, 2024?
Yes.
And what's the reason that you went and talked to Detroit Police?
SP, I think the baby testified in this case too. What are you talking about? There was a very interesting statement released today from Jarvis' brother. Unfortunately, I couldn't find it except in another. Oh, okay. SP, I
Tell me about
think
that.
Baby testified in this case too. I think it was one of
What makes you believe that you saw Naziah on
Shannon's
the day she went
children.
missing?
Not Shannon's children, but one of her other person's children.
Where do you want me to start this one?
I did
So,
receive it. I
from the
did.
very
I did. I
beginning,
did.
Where is it that you think you saw Naziah?
At the shop on Harbor and Commerce.
Okay, and whose shop was that?
My brother Jarvis Butts and
So this,
his partner.
okay, if you guys don't understand, so like she's talking, this is Jarvis's sister talking. Jarvis is the suspect. Jarvis is the auntie's boyfriend or whatever. Okay, Jarvis has a auto body shop. He's 42, turning 43 this year, and he's the main suspect that we're talking about. Why this young lady done came up missing. They didn't show the minor, but it was her sister's child. Shannon's twin, Maquita. Well, right now, this is Jarvis's sister that's on the stand talking.
Okay.
I don't know what her name
What's the
is.
reason you were at your brother's shop that day?
Something was wrong.
She said
The car that I was driving.
that
I just
she seen Naziah at his shop.
it was safe for me to drive.
Do you recall about what time did you go to Jarvis's shop that day?
About 4 p.m. give or take a few minutes.
Okay, and about what time did you leave?
Somewhere between 6 and 6:30.
Okay. And what is it that you noticed while you were at the shop?
So it's a two car like garage. So I was sitting outside of the shop in my car because they were working on another car on the inside. As I sat there for the time that I was there, I kept seeing a little girl get in and out of his truck, going to the gas station and going back to his car.
Okay, so
She said a little girl.
whose car are we talking about?
My brother.
Okay, and what kind of car was it?
Believe a Cadillac Escalade.
Okay. Do you remember what color?
She said she seen this little girl. This is what she said. This is Jarvis's sister. I was at the car shop because something was wrong with my car. They was working on another car, and I was outside, but I seen this little girl going back and forth out of my brother's car. They just asked her. Well, yes, I did get the receipts. I got the receipts, woke the God. I hadn't looked at them yet, but I got them. I know I got them because I seen it. Because it said Facebook. And remember I told y'all, like, that Facebook and me don't get along. I tried to do it, and oh, Lord. It be trying to get my information. And anyway, yeah. Oh, Lord.
Escalade.
Okay. Do you remember what color?
Kind of like
They said,
white.
Escalade. That Jarvis drove an Escalade. So, you know. And I'm just keeping it real. We're not blaming the victim here. Okay, you guys? I just want you guys to know. Shiny things that kids look at. They look at cars. They look at puppies. They look at candy. They look at, shoes. These are things that they like. They like to get their hair done. They like to get their nails done. And things of this nature. I'm pointing it all out. So.
Pearl, white,
White cream color Escalade.
Like a two garage shop?
Yes.
Okay. And
She was the last person.
I want to approach
Tina said, I saw some disturbing text messages from Jarvis and Ivis. He thought he had deleted them, but of course they found them.
now.
I believe she was the last person that saw her that day.
Looking at People's Exhibit 7.
Yes.
Okay, what is that?
That is the shop.
Okay.
We're going over this information, so
Where at were you parked when you saw someone getting in and out of Jarvis's truck?
In front of the car doors of the garage right here. I was parked.
I wonder, did she say what day was this?
I don't know what direction it was going towards direction. I was parked in front, but outside.
Okay, so you were kind of parked parallel with the road.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you draw a T where your truck was?
My car.
Yes, your car was. Yes.
Okay, she's gonna draw a T.
Right here.
And for the record, you're pointing up. You knew who he was referring to?
Yes.
Okay. Did you think anything of it at the time?
No.
And what is it that made you think something? Was there a time when you thought something different?
Yes.
Okay. What is it that made you think something different?
I received phone call, a video call from one of his kids' mom, and
One of his kids' mom.
told me about some things that happened on Valentine's Day, and then she sent me a video of a podcast about my brother.
Okay. And what did you do as a result of receiving those things?
All right, we're gonna hear it all.
Shannon and I asked her for Sergeant Jones' phone number.
Okay. And who's the Shannon that you called?
His kid's mom.
Shannon Harris?
Yes.
Okay. Do you do anything before you go and talk to Sergeant Jones?
Yes.
Okay. What is it that you do?
Okay, so after having a conversation with Shannon Harris and his other kid's mom, I was informed that his partner King, I guess something happened where the
Objection, this is hearsay. There's not a statement yet, Judge. Being informed.
I'm not sure what she's even about to say.
Okay. Just to the extent that it's informed for someone else's statement.
You're going to have to object in a couple moments.
You need to speak up.
If you can stand up and make your objection.
Yes, just objecting to the fact that she was informed of something. It appears this might be hearsay. But we'll see. Yeah.
Could you finish what you were saying? I don't know where you're going with this.
trying to remember. Okay, so after talking to Shannon Harris and his other kid's mom,
Oh my God.
things that had taken place, I think Valentine's Day. So they told me that his partner King.
Okay, so at this point, this is hearsay. They told me in the lack of personal knowledge the things that she was informed of.
Can I finish?
1 second. What is an objection?
I'm sorry.
The witness has to stop talking.
She was like, can I finish?
Based on those, do you go and talk to someone else?
Yes.
Okay. Who do you go and talk to?
His partner King
Okay. And where is it that you go and talk to King at?
at the shop on Harbor Encounters.
Okay. And without telling me what King said, kind of describe what was your conversation about?
Well, I went to see what happened and what was going on. During that time, I told him that I had never seen any little girl at my brother's shop besides my nieces outside of the little girl that I saw getting out of his truck today.
Okay.
And you told this to who?
King.
Who is King again?
His business partner. Cordero or something like that. I just always call him King.
Okay. So you went and told him that you hadn't seen anyone out at the shop besides your nieces and then the one little girl you saw that one day.
Yes.
Okay. Did you ask him about that little girl?
Well, I didn't ask him about it after I said that to him. He told me.
Objection, Your Honor, this is going to be hearsay again.
Judge, it's going to go to the effect on the listener.
There could be an exception. I don't know what she's saying. So you might as well just stay standing up. Go ahead, say.
We want to hear.
After I mentioned to him that I had only saw my nieces and one particular little girl, he then told me that that was Naziah that I saw that day and I was there.
She said that was Naziah that day.
Now that she has testified to that it is hearsay, that it is being introduced for the truth.
Boy, these grown men.
Actually, statement of identification.
Why would they do that to a little girl?
This is not an identification that she personally.
So his own sister
She identified.
states that she saw the little girl at his shop.
Who it was. I mean, she had no idea who this was. That's not
She didn't know that was Naziah.
Okay. So,
But King,
without
his
saying
business
what
partner,
you said,
know.
Were you informed of anything about a little girl that you saw on January 9th, 2024?
January the 9th.
Okay. And to your knowledge, Jarvis had told you that that was King's niece.
Yes.
Okay. And
Jarvis told her,
you talked to King.
Jarvis, her brother Jarvis, the suspect, told his sister that was King's niece. That's what he told his sister. So, this is going to be a closed, shut case, you guys. The sister is not finna lie for her brother. She doesn't want to go to jail. So, this is going to be a closed, this is easy case. She just... Oh my goodness, my daughter's calling. Hold on. Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
Mom,
Yes,
what are you doing?
I'm live. What's up?
Oh, I didn't want nothing. I was just seeing what you were doing. I'm so excited about tomorrow.
Okay, I am too.
Yay!
Yes.
Well, okay. I didn't know you were live. I'm sorry. I didn't get my notification because I'm at work.
That's okay. You're getting off in an hour, right?
No, it's my late day, but call me anyways.
Okay, what time you get off?
I get off at 8.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know. It's my late day, so I was like, call me. I'm going to be around.
Okay, I'll call you as soon as you get off, because then we can talk on your ride home.
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay.
Okay, bye, Mom. I love you.
I love you too, baby.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
When you talked to King, did you have reason to not believe what Jarvis told you?
Yes.
Okay.
So the sister said when she talked to King, she didn't believe.
Know your nieces from Jarvis? That is a poorly worded question. I am sorry. If that was your niece, would you have recognized her that day?
Yes.
Okay. And you did not recognize this little girl as your niece, did you?
No.
Okay.
But why would, oh Lord. You know what? You know, I think the one thing is...
What is it that you did after speaking with King that day?
I called Naziah Harris and I asked her for Sergeant Jones' phone number.
Okay. And did you eventually talk to Sergeant Jones?
Yes.
Okay.
So she called Shannon. So Shannon must be the sister or the mother. Let's get it. Let's get it together, you guys. This is a case that we're gonna have to know all this information. And she said he guilty as sin.
What date was it that she went to the shop and saw that the little girl?
January the 9th.
Can I ask a question? I didn't remember the exact day at that time.
Okay. What is it that makes you believe that it was Naziah Harris that you saw on that day?
I'm not quite sure how to answer what you're asking me.
That may be a poorly worded question. I'm sorry. Can I just have 1 second, George?
Yes.
Ms. Butts, did you come to learn of the day that you had gone to Jarvis's shop by going through the locations on your phone?
Yes.
Okay. And that's the day that you don't remember off the top of your head right now, but it is revealed in your phone locations?
Yes.
Okay.
Colorful jacket. Shannon is Naziah's aunt. Shannon is a twin. Thank you, Patricia. So she's saying that when she realized it, she called Shannon, and then she called the detective also. I wonder if she got kids, and did she let Jarvis watch her kids? Since he got Escalades and little girls running around his shop. Big grown men. Big grown men thinking that these little kids want them. Can you just imagine this grown man fooling around with a baby, a 13-year-old, and she thinking that's her boyfriend or whatever? And she just young. And at the end,
You went through your phone locations to determine the date. I'm sorry, do you need a moment?
she crying. She crying. Jarvis's sister is on the stand, and she crying. You guys, I can't make this up. She got real tears too.
Okay, that's when you would have went through your phone to find those? Okay, and did you also go through that in your interview with Sergeant Jones?
Yes.
Okay. And did you give Sergeant Jones permission to look at your location data?
Yes.
Okay. And your phone kind of extraction in general? Like to go through your phone for the data?
Yes.
Okay.
They do that every day. Family members. Yep. Yeah.
Nothing else, Judge.
You know what the family say. You know what happens.
Shop where your brother works periodically, right?
From time to time, yes.
What happens in the family?
We've been talking about today,
Yes.
a couple times at least,
Yes.
and you've been back there after.
Yes.
But the day we've been talking about, that's the only time you ever saw a child there.
That was the only time I saw a child I didn't recognize.
you had seen other children there before?
Yes.
Okay. When you say that you recognize, these are who exactly?
My nieces.
And when you first arrived at the shop that day, Jarvis told you that he wasn't going to be able to work on your car?
No.
No? Did you ask him if he'd be able to?
Judge, I think this calls for hearsay. They can't admit statements of the defendant.
I'm looking more so for her own statement, actually. Let's start with her own statement. Did you ask him right away if he would be able to work on your car?
I talked to him prior to coming to the shop.
Before you arrived, you asked if he could work on your car that day?
I asked him to look at my car that day.
Okay. Did you arrive at the shop with the understanding that he would or would not be able to?
I arrived at the shop knowing that he was going to look at my car.
Okay. One moment. And was that
Okay.
via text or call or some other way?
Probably video call.
Okay, so a video call a little bit before you headed over?
Earlier in the day, maybe.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly what time.
Okay, so that's how you decided that you'd go over later.
He told me I could come.
Judge, this is kind of all calling for hearsay in a backdoor way.
The response is hearsay. Not that you necessarily asked for it, but it is hearsay.
Sure, we can keep it just to her own. So to be clear, we don't need to talk about what he said to you, but you did a video call to him. And in that call, you asked if he could work on your car.
You keep saying work on my car. I said look at my car.
Okay, look at your car, but you asked him personally in a video call.
Yes.
Okay, and that was maybe that morning?
I don't remember what time of day it was, but it was before I went to him.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff is really important.
Okay. And as you were saying, this day, I think you said you saw some other children there at other times, but this particular child, you only ever saw this child on this particular day.
Yes.
And the whole time you were there, from your testimony and from that police interview, you said that you never saw her face.
Yes.
And then you did also see some news stories about this case.
Yes.
Yeah, in the podcast that you talked about. Right, there were some podcasts.
I had already saw her on the news, but I did not know who she was.
Sure. But that was, by seeing those stories, that's how you started to think.
Well, I was sent the podcast after some other things that was told to me. That's when I received the podcast.
So initially, between the day you were at the shop, right, and then until you started to see that news, at first you didn't make this connection that maybe she was anyone in particular.
Not at all.
Okay. And then through seeing that news, those podcasts, that's when you started to think she
No,
was.
that's not the reason why I thought that.
No, but that's the timing, or it's not?
I guess you could say that.
That's when you started to, at least when you saw those things, that's when you started to wonder.
She's trying to trip her
I was
up.
wondering before I saw the podcast.
Okay. In
She's
your police interview that you did you tell them that at first when you saw the news you didn't really make a connection because of not having seen her face?
Yes.
Okay.
First she said no to the
So that
detectives.
interview was on February 26th, 2024, right?
Yes.
That's a whole
You
month.
were having some trouble remembering some of the specific details from January 9th at that point?
Not so much as remembering maybe the order I remembered it in.
Okay. Were there some times, at least though, when you were asked some questions and some details that you had to say, I can't remember some things?
I can't remember now.
Okay. Would you agree that at least
Like,
it is?
definitely not.
Okay. I was just saying.
Probably did. I guess it would be safe to say because I didn't know.
Okay, so you think it's safe to say that at that point in time, or at least some details you were having a hard time, some questions you couldn't answer.
I can't disagree.
And it was pretty close in time, shortly before that police interview, that was when you first started to think that maybe this girl you'd seen at the shop had been Naziah Harris.
Can you repeat that?
So the first time you started to think that maybe that child, the one you saw, maybe that was Naziah Harris, that was pretty close in time to the police interview.
Maybe about a week or so before.
Okay. I believe, does it sound right to you that I think you told the police that it was on the Thursday prior to the interview?
Whatever the Thursday was after Valentine's Day.
Okay. So probably February 22nd. That was the Thursday prior to the interview.
Okay.
And then when you were at the shop, you primarily saw this child while she was inside a truck, right?
I didn't know it was a child in the truck until she kept getting out.
Okay, but when you saw her, she was in a truck?
I saw her getting out the truck, yes.
And were you inside your vehicle?
Yes.
Okay.
You arrived in the daylight, right?
Yes.
And that's, I think, what you're referring to, right? Initially, that's what
You got that right, and I've done it, huh? Okay.
Can you say that again?
So at the beginning, when you first got there, right, you didn't know right away that somebody was in the truck.
No, I didn't.
I think you said before, because it was so light outside, it was a bit difficult to see into the truck.
I wasn't really paying attention to his truck. He was outside of it.
Sure. And then in your police interview, you referred to then seeing a light in the truck, and that's when you started to see somebody?
Yeah.
So,
Door open.
we're listening
Okay, so
to
there's a light
the
and at the same time a door open.
sister of Jarvis
Okay, because the truck door was open.
being questioned in court.
Yes. And you said that you saw a couple different times her go back and forth to the gas station,
Yes.
and only one of those different times you were on your way to the gas station as well.
Yes.
But for that whole time, she remained in front of you?
When I was going into the gas station, she was in front of me. When I walked into the gas station, she went to the left, I went straight, and over to the right.
For that walk over to the gas station, was it getting dark at that point?
It was already dark.
Okay.
She said it was already dark.
And while she was in the truck, you were not sure exactly which part of the truck this was?
I can't remember. No.
Okay.
How can anybody remember? Really? But, you know, when you're in a situation like this, and you gotta remember this stuff,
So you understood initially that when you arrived, you'd probably have to wait at the shop sometime?
Yes.
I think you referred to just one other car he worked on first. Is that all there was before you?
It was actually another vehicle out there, but I don't pay my brother to work on my car, so I had to wait until he was done making his money. So
Sure.
I waited.
Sure. So do you know how many cars he worked on before he got to you?
I don't remember.
Okay. Do you know if there were any other customers present in person?
I did see someone, I can't remember what kind of car it was in, but it was, I believe, a gentleman that needed to pull into the garage because Jarvis asked me to move my car out the way because I was blocking the garage. So, yes.
Was this someone you recognized at all?
No.
So in total, other than Jarvis, or who you referred to as King, was there anyone present that you recognized that day?
No.
so she's putting somebody else
And one brother.
at the scene.
So as you said, the sunset while you were there, do you know about how long it was light out before it got dark?
Well, I got there about 4 o'clock.
So did you go anywhere else?
No, I never left. All I did was move my car when he asked me to move my car. And once the driveway was clear, I back where I was. I didn't go anywhere else.
Okay. And when you were present, not going to the gas station, were you always inside your vehicle?
Yes.
Were your doors open or closed?
Closed.
Okay, and were your windows up or down?
They were up unless I asked them something.
Okay, so sometimes if you needed to communicate, you just open the window?
Or I would call them, yeah. Yes.
And you were saying today that at one point you did speak to Jarvis about who this girl was.
Yes.
And when you were talking to the police about this, you had said that you weren't sure exactly what his response was.
What I said was I wasn't sure of the wording.
Sure, that's what I mean.
Okay.
You told the police, right, that it might have been Kingsley's, or maybe he said it's my homeboy's niece?
He said it was his partner or Kingsley's, but he definitely said it was someone else's niece.
Okay, I mean, does it sound right to you that you used the term homeboy's niece with the police?
I probably did.
Okay.
Oh, she getting a little snappy.
That's all I'm saying.
Crying done went for the snappiness now.
Right, at first you just believed that it was someone else's niece.
Yeah.
Specifically, you thought it was probably Kingsley's.
Okay.
That's what I was told.
Which I think as we established, right, King is the same person as Cordell, right?
Yes.
And then after that, you would listen to some of these podcasts and to the news.
Okay, sweetheart.
I listened to his kid's mother, and then I watched the podcast.
Okay, so those are some things that happened. Both.
Yes.
And then once you started to have this different information you were gathering, then you kind of started to look into it for yourself.
Yes.
Do some of your own investigation.
Yes.
And then at one point following that, that's when you decided to go back to the shop.
Yes.
To speak to Cordell.
Yes.
And to discuss some of these things you've been learning with him.
Yes.
Okay. SP, I sent you some text messages from Jarvis and
I wouldn't say that we're really distant. I don't.
Naziah.
Every day I don't talk to him every day, but he's
Okay.
my brother.
Okay. He's your brother, but you don't have a very close relationship, or?
He's my brother.
Uh-oh, she's getting
What about
smart.
his children? Are you close with his children?
Some of the ones that I know.
So he has 13 kids, right?
I have no idea.
He has
Do you have
13
any idea
kids.
How many kids he has?
A lot.
Okay. Do some of them live with different mothers?
Yes.
And you don't spend time with all of them?
No.
She looking
So which
awesome.
ones do you know?
I don't want to say their names. They're minors.
Okay.
I don't want to disclose their identity.
Could you just give like a number instead? How many do you know?
I'm counting.
She just don't know them kids' name. He got 13 kids. She the aunt.
About 8.
So when you say 8 that you know, does that mean 8 that you have like personal contact with?
I have.
Okay. When is the last time that you've seen any of them?
Yeah. 2 months ago.
She said 2 months ago.
Were you and Jarvis raised by your grandmother?
For the most part.
And were there some events surrounding her death that related to your relationship with Jarvis that impacted some things?
No.
So the grandmother raised Jarvis
Yes, Judge.
and a sister.
In response, you said that there was different reason that she thought that it was Naziah that she had assaulted that day. When you started to compile, or when you talked to Shannon Harris, and then you got the podcast, before that you said there was other reasons why you had thought that was Naziah.
I got a question to ask. Oh, yeah. Okay, so she got in contact with Shannon Harris. And I guess Shannon is the aunt. So Shannon's the aunt that dated Jarvis, and you know, yeah. So we got 30 messages. Let's look. If you guys send me something on Facebook, I can't see it. So, you know, if you're wondering why something. So she said, I received my package today, January 24th. Okay. Okay, let me look. Zena. Disturbing text messages real quick. Because the sister is, you could tell she's one of those aunts that don't get to see her nieces and nephews. She doesn't care. Hello, Mona Lisa. How you doing? Real disturbing text messages sent to Detroit team. Okay. But faced multiple felonies in the death of Harris, who went missing in January. While her body has not been recovered, police said there is an overwhelming amount of evidence that Butts murdered Harris. So his name got to be Jarvis Butts. A preliminary examination hearing to decide if Butts will stand trial. We already done that. That began on Monday, January the 6th. Background: prosecutors said Butt was supposed to turn himself in to authorities on a gun charge on January the 9th, 2024, the day Harris went missing, but that date was pushed back to February. Harris allegedly met up with Butts that day, and the two reportedly went to Uplenty before returning back to Detroit, where Butts checked into a motel. Okay, little background. So they went to another little town, and then they went to a motel. Text records allege that Butts knew Harris was pregnant, and that he began searching online about abortions, abortion pill, and drinking red antifreeze. Authorities believe Butts had been sexually abusing Harris since 2022. That's 3 years, you guys. Before, she's only but 13, so that's when she was 10. Dang, dude. He definitely ain't letting him get old. He started early. 10. And to be honest with you, for a pedophile, that's really, really too late. I'm surprised he even waited, because 10 years old, you're big. So, and you know what's going on, and you can tell people, why would he? Oh my God. Dummy. Harris since 2022 before killing her in January 2024. So that's 2 years. Oh, so he killed her January 2024, not January 2025, you guys. Prosecutors said he had a history of targeting and befriending women to get close to and sexually abuse their daughters. So, my God, it's not only sexual abuse case Butt is involved with, he also has been charged for reportedly sexually abusing 2 other young girls, as well as a conviction for sexual assault in 2005. 2005, prosecutors called Butts a serial child rapist who sexually assaulted an 8-year-old family member and a girlfriend's 4-year-old daughter who reportedly caught chlamydia from the assault. A 4-year-old? Oh my God. I don't even want to hear what the sister has to say, because the sister knows that her brother has a problem. Right? Everybody know. Brother got a problem. He got all these kids. He goes with these women. I mean, he goes with these women that have kids so he can have some fresh meat. You guys know what I'm saying is true. Y'all know. It is not. You do not have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out. You know? You guys understand what I'm saying? Don't get mad. Why isn't he locked up? Exactly. Butts and Harris had reportedly known each other because he was the father of her cousins. The abuse of Harris allegedly began in 2022 with sexually explicit texts and photos being sent to the child. So he was sending body part pictures to her of his tallywhacker. He was tracked to the Rogue River in Detroit the day after her disappearance. Well, that's where she is at. She's at the Rogue River. Wow. You know, it never fails me that if they drag that river, they'll find that girl. They say he was tracked there. You can't go nowhere without being tracked these days. Zena said he did 8 years at on time. Okay. He was tracked to the Rogue River in Detroit the day after her disappearance, where police would later recover the clothes. So they recovered her clothes. Harris was last seen wearing. Authorities said there was damage to the clothing that could indicate a struggle. Butts has been charged with first-degree premeditated murder, child sexually abuse, material, and second-degree criminal sexual conduct with a person under 13. Sergeant Shannon Jones, officer in the charge of the investigation of Harris' disappearance, had a copy of all the text messages exchanged between Butts and Harris, dating back from 2022. She reads the message. Prosecutors highlighted for her to read aloud in a preliminary hearing on January the 9th. The text message revealed Butts was allegedly sending sexual explicit messages and asking her for nude photos. The messages suggested there were more conversations like this previously. The text messages later in 2023 revealed Harris claimed she was pregnant and talked about having trouble in school due to her baby. The following text messages was translated and spelled the way Jones specified or said when testifying in court on Thursday. Harris, this is the young lady. She said, "Come on. Harris, you okay? Harris, where are we doing it at? Your choice." Butts, Jarvis, You tell me. Harris, Texas. Basement. Harris, you sure? Or job? Butts, Jarvis, can you suck my D, please? Butts, and make sure you erase the messages. Harris, K, that is what I plan to do. Butts, I'm at your house. Harris, dang, we were just there. You better not be in my room. I need another phone. I miss you. Butts, I stole your panties. Butts, send me some more pictures, please. Harris, don't you still got the other pics? Butts, no. Harris, I will send some. Butts, are you naked yet? This is another day. Harris, no, I don't want to get naked. Harris, are you mad I didn't get naked? Butts, I used to you telling me no. Harris, come on, babe. I'm sorry. Just not in the mood right now. I'm sorry. Another day. Harris, babe, you up? Harris, question mark, question mark, question mark. Harris, yeah. Harris, my period haven't came at all. Harris, hello, you there? Butts, what you mean? Harris, it have not came. Butts, since when? Harris, since I was in the hospital. Butts, that was last month. Harris, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I have to go to the doctor tomorrow. Butts, you said you took a pregnancy test and it was negative. Harris, it did. Butts, so go get another one. Harris, I can't. I have no money. Harris, you go get one. Harris, I'm just going to say little girl, okay? I'm not going to say Harris. So the little girl, you ain't scared to get a plan B, get a pregnancy test, and bring it later today? Just act like you have to use the bathroom. The little girl, please. The little girl, will you do it? The little girl, hello? Predator, Butts, okay. The little girl, Harris, I just want to talk. I really don't want to lose you. The little girl, can we talk later? Yes or no? The little girl, I don't want your problem, but I need you to bring me what I need tonight. It's hard doing all this gym stuff with this baby, and if I don't do them, I'm going to get a F. January the 9th. This is the final text exchange between Butts and Harris before she went missing. Little girl, Harris, don't forget, be there before 3. I will let you know when I'm leaving the school. If you're not there, I will wait. Little girl, Harris, send okay if you see the message so I can delete your number. Butts, okay. Wow. So Naziah lived with her grandmother. So Zena says they think he was trying to get rid of the baby and something went wrong. Sanja says, poor baby, the kind of case run my blood pressure up because evidence is all over the case, signed and sealed with his face on it. So he's got 13 other kids, you guys. We're doing all the information. We're getting all the information together. So, you really can't have a conversation until you can have questions. And that's what we got. We got questions. What happened? What went wrong? Who dropped the ball? Who failed this little girl? Where was her parents? Why everybody letting little girls go down to car shops and it ain't nothing but big grown men there? The sister seen that her brother had a problem, did time before, and you're just watching this little girl running back and forth to your brother's car. Okay, you should have said, and she asked, who is this little girl? She already knew. Who is this little girl? Oh, that's King's niece. So these people, this is what I'm telling you. People lie. When they lie and make up stuff, you got to work to do what you do. There's no remorse. You're going to do it. You've had time to quit, stop, whatever. Somebody asking you questions or whatever. Because trust and believe, if you guys look back in any situation you ever got caught doing something, whether you were lying, stealing, cheating, or whatever, before you got caught, a little something in your head told you, they looking, they see you, you caught, this is not going right. Stop what you're doing right now. It's a little something, I'm telling you. I feel it every time if I tell a lie, or if I took something, or if I did something wrong. It's a little, and some people, that's how people say you got an angel on one side and the devil on the other side. And then you got something say, oh, it's okay. They didn't see that. They didn't hear that. They don't know. Just go ahead and take it. Or just say what you say. But something else tells you, do the right thing. Don't say that. Or they're finna catch you in a lie. Or, do. You guys, I can't make this stuff up. You guys know what I'm saying is true. And the funny thing about this world now is, and somebody said this, is it's weird. It says people get mad because you tell the truth. They don't. This is the new world. They don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. I call it my spirit. My spirit tells me a lot of stuff. And even when things, before they happen, to pay attention to certain things. Like right now. That's why sometimes I come on here and I vent with you guys. It's not that I'm only just venting. It's because my spirit is saying, look, you're going to have to try to turn your job around. Because right now, you're seeing stuff that you don't get down like that. You know what I'm saying? Either you have to stay to yourself. Don't say nothing to nobody. Don't do no extra. Something, you're going to have to do something. Because the way it's going, I'm not comfortable. Quit doing so much overtime. Because right now, like, you're not, you know what I'm saying? Things like that happens. Not just with jobs, you guys, with everything, with your kids, with your grandkids. You have to watch what they say, when they say it, how they say it. My grandson will come, just like when my daughter called. I answer the phone. Ain't no need putting it on mute because I'm going to let her know, hey, I'm live. Okay? So if there's something important, you're going to say, Mom, I need to talk to you now. Oh, y'all, we're done. I see you tomorrow. That's what I would say. And then but my kids know, like, hey, you just wanted to see how I'm doing. And that's what they'll do. They'll call and say, hey, Mom, I just wanted to talk to you, see how you doing. What's going on? Woo, woo, woo. Stuff like that, And my son now is working second shift. So he calls early in the morning, but that's my sleeping time. So, you know, they do get mad. Even in the old days, they turned their heads the other way, just like in older days as slaves. Now it's family and friends doing it. Yeah, you guys know the routine. You guys know. You know, I don't. We know the mamas and stuff, and I'm not gonna beat it down. You know, sometimes you can beat a dead horse, but I mean, you probably done said it. I know I've done said it. Hey, don't go telling my business, because kids do talk. Oh, you know, mama just got some money. Mama boyfriend hit her. Mama just such. But you know, family secrets are family secrets, you know? But here's the thing, and I don't have a problem with that, because I understand, like, you have generational curses that you're going to have to deal with. Okay? Just the curse by itself can get you time. Just having it around. Because people say, well, that person did that, and then you let them go over to that person's house and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You're going to have to... This guy told me this the other day. It was 2 days ago. I was talking to a resident of mine. And we were talking about generational curses. And he said, and this is an older cat, you guys. I think he's around about 68. And he's a white guy. You know, been around. Uh-oh. One of my little eyelashes done came out. My. It ain't even been a good week. That's okay. Because I don't know if I could do that again. Anyway. He said, yeah, there's things called generational curses, but you can stop it. And I kind of just looked at him, because I never, you know, people always say stuff about generational curses, like karma. He says, you know, like what goes around come around. He says, right. I said, yeah, that's called karma. He says, but what goes around don't have to keep going around. You can put a stop to it. You know? And I was saying, you know, you have to talk to older people to get some knowledge. You can't talk to these youngsters. So you're gonna have to take some time. If he's been a pedophile and he's done time, you don't have kids around him. He's not even supposed to be around kids. You know what I'm saying? We know that. If he did time for statutory rape or a pedophile case or whatever, he's not even supposed to be around kids. He's not even supposed to be around kids. I'm just telling you, not even his own. And the sister is outside his shop seeing this little girl. She said a little girl. She said a little girl. You know, usually I don't call a 13-year-old a little girl. I literally call them young ladies, you know, little young ladies, you know, teenagers. But she said little girl. This little girl was going in and out of his truck. And so that made her ask, hey, who is she? Oh, that's King's niece. So she thinking, oh, I can't, you know, I better not say nothing because that's my partner's niece. So that's why she's at the shop. This little girl, a 13-year-old, asked a grown man, we can go do it in the basement. And he's asking her to suck his penis. I'm just telling the truth. And she said, I ain't got no money. She ain't got no job. Of course you ain't got no money. How you gonna get money? You ain't got a job. You're 13. He asking her like she a grown woman. Go, go get this. Go get that. What's he talking about? You dealing with a kid. I ain't got no money. So that tells you he's been giving her money, grooming her. He groomed her. Send me pictures. Send me some more pictures. He can't get enough of the pictures. Okay. I'm gonna try to pull up woke to God stuff, but it ain't that. I was just, some people, they get in their feelings. Hope my homegirl don't, because she knows, like, people may know, but then, they be like, well, shoot. If you send me something and it's via Facebook, I really can't get it. You guys understand that? That's why I told her I see it. But I can't get into the Facebook, really. So everybody got their money. I'm going to design some shirts for the winners of the shirts, you guys. Yeah, it's going to be something nice. I don't know. I need to go down there and just give them the shirts that we have. But see, I don't even see her messages on here. It must be on my other phone. She must send it to my other phone, because I don't see her messages here. They were Batcave. Anyway, you guys, I guess I'll get off of here. And Sanja, she said, one thing family members can do is start talking to the children when they are young. They will tell you, I did it at family reunions. I'm sorry, this bullcrap triggers me. Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, it's here. It's in every family. Trust and believe. It don't have to be your immediate family, but I guarantee you, people be like, you just, these kids is the new, I guess, preyed on thing, They're tired of women, See, that's what I was trying to tell you guys. Let's have a little 5-minute, just calm down. While we're talking, you guys, I'm actually braiding my hair, so don't think that if you hear something or a pause or a reaction, you're figuring something out. It's just like I am a little tender-headed, and sometimes I normally don't do this while I'm live or anything, but I told you guys, I'm off today, and I'm spending time with you guys today. So I still got to get my hair done, because guess what? I got a meeting tomorrow, and at the end of the day, I'm kind of glad that I really just should braid my hair up and call it a good day, But, it's good sometimes talking to people, because you can get their input of how they handle something. And sometimes it's not too late. It's never too late to go ahead and talk. And let me tell you, most of the time, when you have a predator that is like that just wait for kids, and they may have I don't know, it's a feeling or a spirit or something. It's like, man, like they don't know. So that's why they want them. Like nobody else ever had them, so I can do it real good, or I can practice on them, or I can do things that somebody else won't let me do, or whatever. I don't know what they're thinking, but all I can say is, you have to always pay attention of who you let be around your kids. And sometimes, people be thinking, oh, I'm not going to send them to school, or I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to send them. You're going to have to send them somewhere, sometime. And the people that's around you. You got to first of all let them know that you don't play when it comes to your kids. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't thinking about the outcome of getting caught. They thinking about that feeling that they want, they desire. They're not thinking about the consequences, you guys. I seen a young man pass out in court. He been doing what he been doing, and then the judge gave him a life sentence. He passed out in court, and they're like, oh my God, what do you mean? What did you expect? What did you think? You was gonna get a slap on the wrist and go home? Get a bond and go home? You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they expect what they expect. Like, oh, I'm gonna get out, or this is just you don't get a do-over. When you harm somebody like that, you don't get do-overs. That's not how this works. You know what I'm saying? But he was just so surprised that this judge gave him 25. Well, a life sentence is 25 years. And what we learned today in some states, like Virginia, they have the geriatric parole. And that's why sometimes they continue charging them with as much as they can, so they won't get the geriatric parole. And we be sitting there looking at them just because they done got old in prison, because old people have feelings and stuff of doing corruptive stuff too. Just because you get older, you get 60 years old, you think you don't have that appetite no more. Yes, you do. You still have it. Well, some do, some don't. It's not as much as it was, but you still have that drive, whether you got kids or not. You still gonna have that drive. Some people more than others, especially if they've been missing it. They thinking they done missed something, so they sit back. I see older men thinking, hucking and bucking, thinking that they got something they could do something with, knowing that it's all dried up and, shriveled up or whatever. It's like, hey, that just, nobody wants wrinkleness, okay? And then the women, we gain weight and all this other stuff. Hey. But that don't mean to go, this young man, 42, going to turn 43 this year. And then that was 2 years ago. So he was 40. And she was 13 at the time, huh? He was 40. She was 13 at the time. Tuh. Okay. And he started messing with her 3 years prior. So she was like 10. 10. A 40-year-old man with a 10-year-old girl. Man, that's crazy. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that's crazy. Like, who in the heck did not see this coming? That's like an elephant in a room, and everybody walking out the door. Oh, I didn't see no elephant. Oh. I mean, he done did time for the same situation, dealing with little kids. A 4-year-old? Are you serious? Family member? He didn't care. And he done groomed this little girl to think that she was his girlfriend. Messing with the aunt's boyfriend. So some people was like, and the aunt was jealous. She shouldn't have been even introduced to this man. Do you understand what I'm saying? She living with the grandma. So how did she become in the same environment with Jarvis? The aunt. Now, I wonder if this aunt got kids. Because if he messed with her, he probably done messed with the aunt's kids too. And you know what? I want the Aunt Shannon. The Aunt Shannon. The aunt. This girl, I can tell you right now, she's living with her grandmother. That tells me that this girl was looking for some attention. And somehow she's too young to have a car. So why was she introduced to this man in the first place? There's no reason for them to have exchanged phone numbers. See, I told you guys this. I said all this phone and leggings and stuff, it's gonna create a lot of chaos. You know what the older people told me in this chat? They said, OSP, this is like 2-3 years ago. I wear leggings. The leggings now that they wear is totally different from the leggings you guys wear. You know, I put a shirt on top of it and I wear leggings. I said, honey, you guys are enticing these pedophiles and these kids is looking at what you're wearing, and you're telling me it's okay, and y'all laughed at me. I remember y'all was laughing. You're like, oh, you're so old school, SP, you know, and then you wondering why these things are happening to these little girls, and you know, I even had somebody in my inbox telling me she can wear what she wants to wear. You know, Okay. Keep that same energy when your child come up missing. They had 5 kids together, Jarvis and Shannon. And I bet you he's screwing every last one of them too. He got 5 kids by this woman. And you know he done been cheating on her, and he got other kids while he got kids by this woman. This man is a man that he can't get enough. He just can't get enough. He's never satisfied. You know, he's never satisfied. And I'm going to say this. Whether you guys, just by my experience in life. I had a girlfriend, and even I experienced it myself. Been with someone that was sexually driven. Like, okay, let's do it. Okay, 4 or 5 hours later, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, dude. This is not cute. It's nothing funny. This is, no. I need to get you away from me. My girlfriend got into it with her husband, her so-called husband. She said she was married to him. I beg to differ. I just didn't say nothing. But anyway, nevertheless, she said he was a sex maniac. Okay? And they got into it about some money, whatever. So she said, I cut him off. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? I was like, I said, you said he's a sex maniac. She said, yeah, I turned him into a sex maniac. I said, girl, that's the worst thing you could have done. And I said, the reason why I said that is because how you gonna cut somebody off after acting like this is what you like and we can go for 15 hours and all this other stuff. But now all of a sudden, he didn't give you the money that you wanted. You can cut him off. You can't do that. You cannot do that. So he's going to find it somewhere or whatever. Okay? And as of today, you'll probably know what happened, but the thing about the moral to the story is they're not together anymore. Okay? But check this out. And that's like right after she told me that. And she did. She cut him off. And I just said to myself, boy, that is the wrong thing to do. You telling me this chit chat, girl talk, chit chat, y'all can go for 3-4 times, hour each time and stuff, and you smiling and grinning. Girl, please, I couldn't have somebody like that around my kids. She didn't have no kids though. That's the good thing. Her kids was already grown and out the house. But the thing about it is, it's like, so y'all done went 2-3 months or whatever without, and she's smiling and grinning like, yeah, I'm gonna teach him something. And then he stopped coming home. I told her, I said, you can't do that. You cannot do that. Okay? But everybody loves Raymond. Nobody wanted to listen. At the end, the moral to the story is, you guys, I'll just say guys, it's women too, but I'm talking to the women right now that has this long desire of, sex as far as time. I'm like, an hour, 2 hours, whatever, 3, 4, 5 times a day. Hey, you think you got something? You got something, all right. That's what my mama would always say. You got something, all right. You got something you need to get rid of. Smiling and cheesing. Life do go on, but you're going to have a lot of problems. Yeah, you can have fun. It's great. Grandma always say, it's always fun until the rabbit got the gun. It's just problems. Somebody with that kind of a hunger, no. No. This guy, he seemed like he has that kind of a hunger. And I'm just looking at the situation. That's why we're doing our homework, to look at the situation. He looks like, he could not get enough. He got a woman at home, he's got all these kids, he's got his own job going on, so he's got money. He's making money, because mechanics make money. I don't care what nobody say. To have a good mechanic is a good thing. But what comes with that? It's almost like a drug dealer. There's always women in the cars breaking down, and they're right there in the man's face. Hey, can you fix my car? Can I get a discount? And before she started dating him and having kids, did she know that this man already had a case of being a pedophile? And if she knew, why she didn't just keep her kids around him and leave Naziah alone? Naziah was with grandma. Leave Naziah alone. Naziah, oh, I want to go to my cousin's house, spend some time with my cousins. So they probably got 5 kids together, but she probably had other kids too. I guarantee you, in this case, as we gonna listen, there's gonna be other rumors of Shannon's kids being messed with. Whoever Naziah was going over to the house to visit and spend time with, yeah. And grandma, you can't tell me they didn't know. Because Shannon's the type of girl, somebody was saying she was jealous. I don't know if you call it jealous. I think, hurt. Trying to make it not happen. Of course, the little girls look way better than her, She perky and everything is still up north. Everything Shannon's got is down south, is drooping. She done had all these kids and everything, But I'm going to tell you something, you guys. When these women know, when Shannon started screaming or whatever, they should have kept Naziah away from him, and she should have never had his phone number and, how to reach him and all this other stuff. His phone number, texting, and all of that. No. But these men find a way to get in there and get that information. I'm blaming nobody but the predator. But I can say that each one of those family members, give them a year. Because the girl is gone. She ain't somewhere where everybody's like, oh, when she comes home, we want her to come home. Do-do-do-do-do. You already know she's gone. Because he did not want to go back to prison. And I bet you, I guarantee you, there's more messages where she probably done told him she didn't want to get rid of the baby, or it was a conversation, and he's like, "Who you gonna tell? Who's the father? What? Stuff like that. I'm just saying. Y'all thinking I don't know? Shoot. Yep. That's how that works. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to get off of here and get some of my hair done, because I'm so tired of looking raggedy. And my hair has grown so much. It's just crazy. It is. It's crazy. Right now I got a kink. That's why I'm tripping. Like, golly. I get tired of it kinking up. I just... I almost said, give me a curl. I did tell one, and then I backed out of it, but... See? That's my hair y'all hear. That's what my hair be like. Doing what it wants to do because, I be trying to comb it and the back part of my head you can't see. So it's hard to get that combed. Anyway, she say sick and twisted. They do know. North and Dame says they do know. Hi. Did know. Yes. Anyway, you guys, we've been on here and talking about it. I spent a little bit more time because we had to chit chat and, hadn't seen you guys in a while. And y'all keep up the good work. We're going to get back in here. Like, we're a little bit behind on this case, but we're catching up. We heard from the Jarvis's sister. Got to write down his name because Jarvis, because I won't remember come Friday. Jarvis Butts. That's his name. Jarvis Butts. Glad I ain't kin to no Butts. In Detroit. Alright. You guys are just gonna have to use your senses. That's the main reason why we chat, you guys. I'm just being honest with you. We don't just chat just because it's just a conversation. We chat so you guys can see these predators and stuff coming and try to stop stuff. Hold on. You okay, Papa?
Yeah.
All right. Stop things from happening, because man, we're still looking for this little girl. I get tired of looking for kids. When I'm saying, like, not tired, like I don't want to go look for them, or I don't want to try to figure out where they could be, if I'm in close range, or what can we do, who can we talk to, can we drive there, and whatever, woo. I'm not saying that, I'm saying I'm tired of hearing about this case and that case. And this case is horrible. This is almost like Cody. The only thing about Cody, you guys don't get it. You don't get the whole picture. Like, Cody just didn't get beat down. Like, there's a reason why Cody's not here. And it's horrible. I don't say that stuff. People just don't you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why you're not gonna ever see Cody. If he was beat or whatever, he could say, oh, he fell or whatever. Not gonna find Cody because there's evidence of some abuse that they can't say nothing about because they don't have the body. You guys understand what I'm saying? So, Cody wasn't at the age of texting and having phones. And somebody told me about a 4-year-old the other day and said something about they was telling me about their niece and that she was sending pictures. A 4-year-old was sending pictures to somebody. And I'm thinking to myself, What is a 4-year-old doing with a phone, number one, knowing how to send pictures, explicit pictures of herself? Or she was taking pictures, explicit pictures, pushing her lips out, putting her butt up. Everybody be thinking all that TV stuff y'all be looking at and watching. I be like, I'm so glad my kids are grown and I don't have to deal with it. I am so glad. I am just so thankful. I said, Lord, but the Bible tells us that, the Lord's going to come more earlier than when he's supposed to because of how damaging this world is. So we're starting to see it. All right, you guys, just pray for me and I will pray for you. And I will see you guys Friday. And we will have the conversation. We're going to stay on this case. And if you hear anything and you want to share it, because can't nobody deny it is true or not true. You're just giving us more information. So when we're talking about this, everybody can be in the conversation. All right.